back to the channel. I am going to do a bit of a, it's not going to be live because I am going to cut it and edit it, just because otherwise it would be too long. But I want to just kind of take you through my day of trading. What am I doing? What am I looking at? And I also want to make clear that this whole week I am going to be trading on a demo account, because I am just fine-tuning my strategy in terms of getting prepped and getting ready for going ahead on the live account. Live accounts kind of being up and down, so I want to just get a little bit more consistency on that account, and just trying to figure out how best I can move forward on that. So what I will be doing is I will be forward testing what I have back tested over the last week or so. Well, I've back tested it the last week, but I've back tested it for about 2 months, if that makes sense. So what I will be doing is just taking you through everything I am looking at, how I'm trading, how I think, and just remember, guys, I'm a novice when it comes to trading. This isn't my full-time thing yet. I'd like it eventually to be. I'm still learning. This is just, as I've said all the time, every time I do these, it's just part of my journey, and me learning. And the hope is that if I learn something, then someone else can learn, along with me. So that's kind of the idea of this channel. It's always been the idea of this channel. It's kind of a just follow me along as I learn the hard way. I'm going to lose, I'm going to win, but follow me until I'm actually consistent, and then maybe you can take something from that. Is that a bird? That is a bird. Yeah, that's a bird. Okay. If only those birds could tell me how to trade. Buy, sell. Anyway, so on the 4 hour, I've just kind of marked this little range that we've had going on. And the reason I like these areas is because they have formed support and resistance further back as well. So it's just an area that I'm looking at, kind of where price might be headed. For me now, it has come down, touched there, it's come down again. Whether it'll come down a third time, I'm not sure. But then looking higher and lower on the 4 hour, there's not really a huge amount for price to do up there. There's a little bit of an imbalance that it can fill up there. But further down, there's a lot more, right? There's a huge imbalance there. There is this order block there. There is another lot of imbalance there. So it's more likely in my head that it will move down. But again, there's a lot of news, so there's a lot of things that can affect that. So I'm just going to kind of trade it in the same way I have been trading my test. So what have I been doing in the back test? As you can see here, these are all the trades I've done in the back test, and it's just showing a monetary value for each position that I've opened. And these all were basically 0.25, right? I am going to go a little bit more aggressive this week. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see how, basically I want to see if this is a strategy that I can take to challenges and to live accounts, because I want to see. So the reason I'm saying that is I am going to look at risking 1% per position, basically, okay? And how would that change all of this? Basically, this would be 1% of this. Instead of it being $21 profit, if I had risked 1%, that would have made that an $86 profit. And this one would have been, instead of a 624, it would have been 24. So I'm kind of looking for as close to 1% a day as possible without forcing trades, obviously. But just looking at these days, if I had taken 1%, I was hitting my 50% easily, right? Again, 1% would be similar to the other one. That would be 25. So I'd be hitting my 1% quite easily on these days. And bearing in mind as well, some days I actually don't even get into a trade, or I only get into one position. And that also would mean when I lose, I would be losing $50, $50 per position. So if I'm in two like that and they both get stopped up, that'll be $100. So I'm just going to see how it goes, forward testing, and then run it for this week and see if it is worth doing, going slightly higher. If not, then maybe go somewhere between the two. We'll be looking at maybe doing a 0.5 per position. For the most part, for every move that I look at trading, I'm only really trading kind of after London Open. That's when I'm looking at doing my trades. Reason being is in the back test, I have noticed that my success rate is much higher than Asian, and anything after London has not been as good. It's been okay, but not as good. So just looking at trading the London, looking at maybe just literally getting max 1 to 3 trades in a day, and that's it. That's it. Looking for that 1%. I'd be happy with 0.5% if I have to take that, which on a $5,000 account is $25. But yeah, looking for that $50 a day if I can get it. So you guys are going to kind of, see how it goes today. What I can do is I can show you, is this Friday? Let me show you maybe Thursdays how I would have traded it, just so you understand kind of what I'm looking at. I'm not going to go into too much depth, guys. What I am going to do is go over it quickly, and even when you see me trade it, you might not 100% understand what I'm doing. It should be fairly straightforward. I'm basically just trying to trade the order flow once London has decided which direction it's going. Because for the most part, once London decides where it's going, it kind of goes to that until New York, right? Not always, but for the most part, London, once the volume kicks in and once it starts moving, it kind of decides its direction. And that's what I'm doing. I'm not really looking at the higher time frame for this. I'm just looking at where is London going, and I trade that. So what I will do now, let me go to Thursday, last week Thursday, and I will just go to London Open and show you. I have not tested this day at all yet, so this is still fairly new in terms of, I don't really know. So as soon as London starts, I basically will start marking the highs and the lows, okay? So this is my current low. My previous high was this one up here, okay? So now I just follow price. Okay, so we are forming a new high now. Quite indecisive at the moment, some big wicks, as you can see. Very indecisive there. It's really up and down, not really picking a direction yet. So just to give you guys an idea, I basically let MACD decide my highs and my lows, okay, my swing highs and swing lows. Because MACD tells me that the general movement is still with the buy, still with the bulls, and red is telling me that it's kind of taking into that. So that switch on the MACD tells me, that's just how I trade my swing highs and swing lows. So that's what I let dictate the swing highs and swing lows. So as soon as I start getting red here, that's when I will then say, okay, this is my high. I'm pretty sure this is going to be my high, but I let MACD decide that. Okay, so there we go. As you can see, we've now moved to the red, so that is my high. So now basically I will wait for a break of either of these. Okay, so we have a break there, we have a strong break there. So now what I do is I let price go until we kind of get our peak. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that that is going to be our new low, right, over there. So in the meantime, what I just do is I mark up my fib, and I just get my 50%, just so I can see where premium price is. And it's crazy how many times my 50% actually ends up on my previous higher low, which is really interesting. So that's kind of where I want price to go before I am interested, okay? a lot of times I'll actually take my first position on. Okay, so that definitely now has confirmed that this is the new low, as you can see there, right? But we did break this. I just want to make it clear that we did break this. This was a break of structure. We'll just do that break of structure. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at now. So for me now, price has decided where it's going, right? So what I do now is I will start with my short position. I could take it on the 50, but I think it's more likely that it wants to come up to this order block over here. And then I am only looking for 0.5 on my first position, right? I know it sounds crazy, and then I am very generous with my stop. I look at my ATR at this point is about 6, so I'm going to add 6 to this, which takes it to about 25. So very generous with my stop. And then this, I'm always just looking for that 0.5. So that is my first position. And for the most part, I'm only looking for 2 positions. What happened there? I am only looking for 2 positions. Okay, that, and then where will my next position be? There's not really anywhere else that I can see price wanting to go, so I'll take these highs over there, which kind of is also an area of support and resistance, maybe looking at that. So let's do that. We'll look at sweeping this high maybe, about there, okay? So now, as I said, we are going to be looking at 1%. 1%, okay, 1%. And now let's just see, we follow price. Now remember, there is news coming up here as well. So it's something that we need to bear in mind. If I feel like I want to keep price, what I could do as well is I could push this to the 50 and just say, okay, I'm going to look for my first thing on the 50. Need to move this down a little bit there, and then this to there. So let's play it like that, and then this we can actually move down a little bit to get in a bit earlier if we need. Okay, so something like that. So let's see if, okay, so now price is broken again. Okay, we have a new break of structure over there. So now this is going to be our high over there. And let's see now what happens. We have news now kicking in as well. So let's see, is this going to be our new range, price range that we are looking at? I'll just mark it up for the time being. Okay, where does that fall? So we want to maybe be looking at about there and about there. So let's just see if price. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I am going to place a sell right on this. This whole block. This is our thing there, and it's probably 11. So we're going to give ourselves 25. Just 36. 36. It's a very big stop, and that's just how I play it. And then the second one will be on that over there. Let's see how that goes. Okay, now we are bouncing off a 4-hour low as well. So let's see. Okay, we have a break again. Did this tap us in? So that's fine. So now we have another break. So we are just following price the whole time, guys. So we now have, this is still our high. We haven't actually got a low yet. So technically speaking, this is still the same leg, right? So this now is no longer valid, and these are no longer valid because we haven't actually, this is still our push down. I'm waiting for that. Okay, now we are looking at this as our move. Okay, so from there to there is actually more realistic. We have now tapped into 50 already, so we were a little bit late on that. So what I'm going to do now is, see, I would have liked to have actually been in on the 50. So what I'll do now is I will actually place a short position exactly where we are now. So I'm literally going to get into it straight away. stop would be there, plus the, okay, it's 50, so that is a very big stop, so 45, and this is going to be right there, about, and then our next one will be short, and it will be there, so let's do something like that. So we are already in that first position, so let's see how it goes. Okay, there we go, guys. Both of them would have taken their profit. As you can see, this one, we would have tapped in there and it would have also got a profit. So that's how I would have traded it, guys. These then are no longer valid. Actually, as soon as I set these up, these would not be valid. I've let these play out first and then I would see how it goes. Again, like I said, only looking at about 2 to 3 trades in a day. So this right here would have got me $26 and this one would have got me, where is it, $54. So that's a nice 70, over 1% done. And that's pretty much how I do it. I just let the market decide where it wants to go. I generally would like to be out of trade already by that point. But that's it. That's kind of how I'm looking at trading. Only trading London and just letting London decide its direction and then trading. I don't like going too far into the New York because then we could obviously be looking at a change of direction with that. But that's it, guys. That's basically how I'm trading it, and so far it's been doing fairly well. So I'm going to just keep forward testing that. So let me just close this. That's how I trade it, and that's how I will be trading for the rest of this week with this account. And I am only trading EURUSD, one pair, one time slot, 2 to 3 trades. So just trying to keep very, very strict with how I'm trading it, and that's it, and just see how it goes, guys. So we are going to keep following this. I think we are only opening around here. So I think 3 hours. So yeah, it's 3 hours right now, so that makes sense. So it is +3, GMT +3. So that means we are actually looking at 11 o'clock now. Okay, so I think the clock's switched over, I think, very recently. So it's actually 11 o'clock is London open. So still a little bit of time to go, and I'm not going to trade until that does happen. And then we obviously have news time in with that as well. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting day. The prop farming account, we're currently sitting at $119 profit on the account that is in profit, which moves us up to about $1,320 in profit. So I'm going to leave that to run. Hopefully that can get us another 500 today, which will take us closer to the 2,000 profit. And I'm hoping that the 2,000 is hit today or tomorrow, and then we can basically just trade a few more days, because I think we've actually already traded this. Let me double check quickly. Okay, so if we go to the funded account, 101, let's just view the account stats. Yeah, we've traded 3 days. So if we trade today and tomorrow, we are basically good to go. We've traded our 5 days, and our lot sizes and everything has been fairly consistent. So they shouldn't argue, the fact that we are asking for a payment in the 2 weeks, because we have traded the 5-day minimum and we have been very consistent with our lot sizes. Okay, so not a huge jump. I mean, that first day was a little bit lower, and then we were looking at that. So maybe we have to trade another 3 days. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see how it goes. But so far, so good, guys. We are sitting at, as you can see, currently 101,323. So 1,300 up, going nicely. And then we have also got our payout for the 10,000K account has popped up in this window. Just waiting for this button to be clickable, and then we are withdrawing our money, which is lovely. And also we will get our refund on this as well, which is awesome. $90, I think. So that's great. Getting our refund and getting our payout. So pretty cool. Waiting for that to become available. But yeah, other than that, guys, I will come back and update you on our trade. I will go through the whole setup of the trade as I'm doing it, so you guys are going to see everything. So we will see you in about an hour and 45 minutes. I'll come back, London Open, and we will start looking at entries. Okay. All right, guys. We'll see you soon.
Okay, guys, just come back quickly. Just about 5 minutes to London Open, and I mean, look at that candle. Huge push down. Um, you can see an order there, but I didn't actually take it because, like I said, I only trade after the fact. But yeah, massive. But I just want to show you why I put that order there. I did not take it, obviously, like I said, but pretty crazy. We had this. Let me just zoom out a little bit. We had this low over here, as you can see. Like I said, by my MACD, it was definitely a swing low. We had, no, where was I looking? It was actually way further. It was here. So we had this low here, which pushed up to a high, came back down, and then we pushed below that. So we had that break there. And what I said, what I looked at is I did my fib on this move all the way down. So the entire high to low according to the MACD. And I basically placed, as you can see, let me just mark it. The very bottom of that wick there was basically my entry. And I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just cool to see these actually play out. But I mean, these are the type of trades that you just, you dream about. They literally just tap in and off they go. I was only looking at a 1 to 1.5, which it hit within 2 candles, within 10 minutes. But look at this. It came all the way down to a 1 to 3. Still pushing now, would be sitting at about a 1 to 4. So if this is one that you were literally just trailing, it would have been an awesome one. At the moment, I'm not really trading like that yet. I will look at kind of doing trailing and stuff later, but for the time being, I'm just, being very passive. Sorry. Just being very passive, looking for 1.5. Actually, on what I'm doing, I'm not looking for 1.5. I'm actually looking for a 0.5, and then. But if I was trading this, it would have been a nice little $75 right there. So now we are coming into London. I think the sessions thing I've got is still showing an hour earlier, so that's showing that it started at 10 o'clock, which it actually didn't. That's kind of just pre-London. So what I'm looking at now, we've just broken this. So I could potentially now look at, I'm going to delete that because I didn't take it, but I just wanted to show you guys. This, or even this, I'm going to keep this as my move down. I mean, that little push up was only to there. So, I mean, we could stick to that. I'm going to delete that now. So we are just waiting really for... So obviously, as you can see, we have a massive push down. I'm just going to wait for... This green here is actually the 4-hour low. So if I go to the 4-hour, clean that up, you can see we had this, not 4-hour low, but we had this ranging sort of area on the 4-hour. And if we break that, I think we're pushing all the way down to this over here. This sort of area. So this is 4-hour OB. Because we have this massive imbalance over there, which, we could fill potentially half of that now, but let's see. So how will I play this? I mean, this is a really big push away. So what I would potentially look at doing now is wait for us to kind of this to show signs of actually being a I can delete this now, I think. Remove. Yes. I'm here now, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so it's pushing back a little bit. So if this were our move, if we were looking at this right now, it's still a bit early to tell, but I still put my thing on anyway. This right here would be the 50. So we, as you can see there, we have this big push up and a push down. So if we were to look at the 3 minute, you can see there is this block there. That's the top end of it. 1 minute, yeah, about the same. So maybe looking at the top of that. So I'm just going to let this play a little bit longer. We're not even in the, okay, now we are 11. It's 11 now. We're in the 11 candle now. But we possibly still will be pushing down. I'm just going to delete this. It's kind of getting in the way. Yes. That didn't really break. We have a lot of... So what I might look at doing now is kind of preparing things, actually putting this on the thing there. 52 at the moment, so that would be, take it to about a 16, which is there, just the top end of that. As I said, 0.5 is all I look for on the first one, and then my second position would maybe be halfway, kind of going back up to that break. Kind of go back up to that break. So this will just be my initial positions. What I might end up doing is placing a third, which, you know, if we have a big enough move, which this looks like it is, really big move actually. Man, can you imagine I was in that trade and just holding? At the end of the day, no matter what happens, it's always easy to say after the fact. You still got to just stick to your plan, right? My plan is to take my profit, and that's it. Like I said, I'm looking for 1% a day, and that's it. Once I get my 1%, I'm done. I'm out for the day. I don't want to be greedy. I don't want to take more. You know, I just want to take what I need, what my plan dictates, and that's it, and then move on. So this area has well and truly been broken now. So we could look at coming back. That's kind of where my my second order is set to. So let's see how that plays out. This is broken now as well. So if we look at the 1 hour, see, the other way you could play this as well is once you get the break of that, you see how this candle ends up. If we have a long wick to the downside, we could trade that down for the fill. But that's not really the strategy I have been trading. It's a strategy I've kind of looked at, but I'm not really trading it at the moment. So yeah, as we stand now, that's gonna kind of be my order for the time being. Nice push down. So you know, hopefully we have that retracement. At the moment, we are still pushing further down. So this could be the bottom, which means actually that is the 60 and this is the 50. So what I could end up doing is, at that, it would be something more like that, and then this would be the top there, and our 0.5 would be there. But as you can see on the MACD here, guys, we are still, you know, we're not showing a sign of like losing that volume on the cells. So just, you know, be patient, wait for price to do what it wants to do, breaking these lows over here as well. So if we were looking at the 15, as you can see, we have these lows now being broken as well. This would actually be on the 30, to be honest. 1 hour lows being broken right now. So, and then we've got all this space to the left. I mean, look at that, potentially looking at filling to at least the top of that initially. So what are we looking at? That is from where we are, 27 pips. So as I said there, we've got a retracement. So, you know, the candle's not finished yet. So technically speaking, we haven't yet broken. I mean, we have broken there. But the candle's not done. Nowhere near done on the 1 hour. So, okay, it's pushing back now. Let's have a look at that MACD. ATR is now at a 56, which is what we added. I think we added about 5, didn't we? So this would be 5. From there plus the 5 would be about 18. That's about right. So I'm just going to kind of let this play a bit. If I need to speed it up so it's not too long a video, I'll do that. All right, guys, so this is kind of what I'm looking at. I'm just going to wait for price to either continue pushing down or show me that retracement. As it stands at the moment, that is our push down, that is our move. So if we retrace from there, then I'm happy with my positions. And the cool thing about that, actually, with that further push down, if you look at the 15-minute now, we are actually now with that first, no, sorry, 3-minute, with that first one sitting right at the base of that order block, which is a 15-minute order block, which kind of works perfectly, right? So it looks better where it is now. So there's a good chance that is where it'll turn around. But yeah, so let's see what this does, guys. I will cut it there. I just wanted to show you that, and I'll come back to let you know if that did start retracing and that was the low. So for the time being, it's not our current low. This is still our current low. And then, yeah, so I'll be back in a bit, and then we will follow up from there. Okay, guys, I'm just going to create these limit orders because I have to pop out quickly. So, like I said, going 1% every time. Hold on, sorry. Create limit order, risk 1%, sell, and then I'll do it here as well. Create limit order, risk 1%, and sell. All right, so I'm going to leave those there, guys, and I will be back later. If this pushes further down and actually ends up not being the low, then I will potentially add in a third trade and just leave those as is. Oh, well, there we go. So now I've got to just wait until that. So what I'll do is I'll cancel these because then potentially is not where I want it to be. So this now is no longer the 50%. So let me just wait and see until that actually gives me some sign that this is the bottom, and then we will come back. All right. Okay, I think that's it, guys. I think we finally got the end of this push. It's been quite a big push down. So we have got. Let me just move this. That is there now. I mean, we still could potentially be looking at the same thing, because if we look at, so I mean, I don't know, I'm actually okay with that. What I might do now, if I look at the 3-minute, it is basically the same push on the 3-minute, but then we have that, which is perfect, and I might just move that a bit further down, and then this would be a little bit further down as well to there. All right, so I'm gonna put these in, guys. Let's create these, risking 1% on each of them. 1%, and this one I am also going to risk 1%. Okay, so that's it, guys. Those are our positions we're in. I'm going to remove this now. I do think that now is going to be our low. So I think that's going to be our low, and I think this now obviously was still our break of structure. over there. So like that. So I'm going to leave that, guys, let that play out, and then I will come back once we are in or out of those trades and see how they go. All right, we'll catch you guys in a bit.
So you guys can see my screen now. So I just want to quickly show you what's happening with this. Had another big push down, so we're currently sitting on 5 buys and 3 sells. So I'm hoping we have a little bit of a turnaround. We have broken that. So I'm hoping we come back to retest that. And if that does happen, I might be closing early. Otherwise, just leave it to play out. Because if this carries on pushing down, the next place I think it would be going is down here. So I don't know if I want to let it go all that way and lose these profits. I'm sitting at just shy of $200 now, which would take me up to about 1,000, close to 1,400 profit, which is not bad. It's still moving forward. So I'm just going to let that play out a little bit. See, I mean, we are having a little bit of rejection there, so I'm thinking that maybe it's going to just come back up to this point. If we can just go above 2 or 3 of those buys, I think we might be looking at about 250, 300. I'd actually be happy to just close them all out there and wait for the news to happen, and then potentially fire it up again. I might wait for price to come all the way back down to this low here if it does push down, and then start everything up. But that's where we are on that. Okay, so that's kind of where we are. Okay, there we go, guys. Pushing up now nicely. So let's see how this plays out. I will come back once we are in these positions. Again, like I said, guys, I'm looking for about $50 a day, so let's see how that goes. 1% a day is target. As you can see here, I'll show you. It's just a little $5,000 demo account. I've been playing around. I got this account all the way to about 250 trading. Similar to this, but risking way less actually, 0.25. We're pretty much placing four positions every time instead of 2. So now I'm kind of going for the 2 positions and looking for about and risking 1% on each. So a little bit more aggro, but just choosing my times a little bit better. So I got to about 250, I think, on that, and then I was playing around with all sorts of other things. Now this is the strategy I'm looking at kind of just moving forward with. Kind of combination of all my strategies, but maybe not so many positions at a time. Yeah, so that's it, guys. We are $5,080 now. Let's see at the end of the week where we are. Okay, so let's just let this play out. I will come back as soon as we are in these positions and it's moving in one direction or the other. I'm hoping this doesn't just tap the 50 and then move on, but we'll see. Anyway, guys, we will see you guys in a little bit. Okay, guys, back again. For a second there, on this wick here, I thought we were not going to tap in and was going to push down. But as you can see, we did have another push up and nice big wick to the upside there. And now this push down. So I'm hoping this now is the turnaround. We've got news coming up very soon. I'm hoping the news pushes it down rather than up. But yeah, this, you know, probably if this was a live account, I probably would not have traded just because of the news. But we'll see. We'll see how it affects. Getting quite volatile now as well. So let's see. If this does push up, tap in, and then push back down, I might just close on, you know, some profit. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But this might potentially push up and break that high. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. We've got about 5 minutes till news hits. So this now is maybe just filling that wick. I don't know. Let's see. We're going to tap into that maybe and then push back down, I hope. But yeah, we take 2 trades. If we lose, it is... sorry. We take those 2 trades. If we lose, then we don't trade again for the day. So that's kind of how I'm running this. I'm going to just see how the week goes. We trade 2 to 3 trades a day, and we do not revenge trade unless I see a really, really good setup. But for the most part, I think if we do end up stopping out here, we'll take our loss and then we will just move on. So I will come back as soon as we are either in profit or we are closing out with the loss, depending on what happens with this news. Okay, guys, just another quick update. So this trade has progressed. We tapped into that area, like I said, kind of went to the same high, dropped down. I actually ended up moving my my take profits to 65 for the one, and then what is the other one? 9 for the other. So it just missed it, man. I should have probably done it a little bit more like this. Like I said, I only need 50 for the day, so I'm gonna do it something like that. I'm gonna go away for a bit now. I'm gonna leave it. I just worry that we are gonna push back up. So I'm kind of tempted to close it now. We're still taking 20, 24 profit, halfway there, or I leave it and just see how it goes. So we have had a push down. We're coming to the end of that. So what will be interesting to see is if we do now have another push down. So I'm going to just leave it, see how it plays out, and yeah, we'll be back in a bit. But that's the update for now. Okay, guys, I just stepped back in front of the screen, and I've just noticed that we are almost there. Actually, we were there. When this pushes down to get the 50, I'm going to close this up. There we go. Close and close. Just like that, we have got out. Oh, it's probably going to push down. I bet you it pushes down. I'm just going to leave these here. I bet you it pushes down and hits those targets. But at the end of the day, I am only looking for that one. Oh, wow, look at that. I will build my. Because the thing is, I'm going to be trading EURUSD every day around the same time. So if anything, I will start to get a better understanding of how it moves in this time frame. The volatility, everything. So for now, I'm just going to take my my 1%. There we go. I hit my 1%. It probably will still push down. This would have been a 24, and that would have been a 90. So it probably would have been double. Would have been 2%. But at the end of the day, I'm not in the market for greed. I'm in the market to get my target and get out. I got my target and I'm out. So first day, I would say, is a success. We have got our account there 5,136. So day one, job done. So yeah, so tomorrow we come back, same time, same process, and we just let it ride and run again. So that's that, guys. If you guys enjoy seeing these setups take shape like this, I can do these more often. I am considering actually doing a live trade, but as you can see, this all kind of took shape over a two to 3 hour period. So it would be a very long live stream. Maybe on the day that I have not got too much else going on, I can do a live stream where I'm just sitting here going over things, and in the quiet times, we can look at other things, look at some other strategies, look at other concepts, look at whatever. It's something I am considering doing, but I've got to make sure that people are watching. Otherwise, I'm just doing it for myself. So if you guys would be interested in seeing the odd live stream, live trades, I can do that. But this is kind of as close as I'm going to get to live for now. It is just following my trades every step of the way, like I did today. I gave you the breakdown. I gave you everything I was doing, and day one, job done. So pretty happy with that, guys. And I will catch you all tomorrow. Maybe I'll do it again. We'll see. Bye for now, guys.